take his second title this year, and he has secured his spot to the Grand Prix final, which takes place in Grenoble between the 5th and the 8th of December. But now we look ahead to the continuation of the women's competition with the women's free skate coming up now. Each of the 12 women performing a 4-minute free skate, incredibly physically demanding, with lots of risk as they entertain as many triple jumps as they can to potentially secure a spot at the final. The current leader of the Grand Prix standings this season is the world champion Kaori Sakamoto. She delivered her first performance on the Grand Prix in Canada to not the most resounding respect from the skating community, but she answered that triumphantly last week at the NHK Trophy with a much more solid performance of her Chicago free skate. She likely to be joined by compatriot Wakaba Higuchi, who's second in the standings at present. But next week, the final stop on the Grand Prix series in China, the Cup of China, is stacked with lots of contenders who all want to return to Europe for the Grand Prix final in Grenoble. And in this event, Hana Yoshida leads the field. The Japanese skater, currently 13th in the Grand Prix standings based on the bronze medal that she achieved a couple of weeks ago at the Grand Prix de France. She'll be hoping to maintain or extend that lead with a title win here, as we see the starting order of the first group of women, with Nella Pelkonen leading the field. Just 5 points separate the bottom 5 skaters after the first round of competition, and their confirmation that not a huge amount separates the top 5 participants, between 63 points from Ahsun Yun and Hana Yoshida at 67.87. She, however, does have more planned difficulty in her free skate to come, with a triple axel in her planned program content. There, the referee who presides over the proceedings, and they're the judging panel, and finally the technical panel, all of whom have had to go through rigorous training and pass exams to be given the chance to officiate at this level of competition, the Senior Grand Prix, just underneath the championships in regards to their prestige in our sport. So hopefully excitement for the home crowd, because there will be 3 finished performances, the first of which from Nella Pelkonen. And then to Estonia's Nina Petrokina. Then Olivia Lisko. And then the leading finish from Janna Jyrkinen. Then to Lindsay Thorngren from the United States of America. And then Lorine Schild from France. So now 6-minute warm-up underway, as we see the proximity of those scores. And we have to assume that the Finnish women competing here are all vying not just to be the top-ranked Finnish women at this event, but to make a statement as they head toward their national championships. Nella Pelkonen, she is the Finnish national champion. But injuries through the off-season prevented her from capitalizing on her participation at last year's World and Europeans.
Nella Pelkonen! Niina on 20-vuotias luistelija Tallinnasta.
And then to Nina Petrokina,
harrastuksiinsa kuuluu design
She
ja ratsastus.
competing in back-to-back Grand Prix events. We've
20
seen
years old from Tallinn,
that those competing in
Estonia.
back-to-back events have had success. Two of the medalists in the men's event last week at the NHK Trophy went on to medal again earlier today. And Nina looking strong there with that triple lutz.
Petrokina, Estonia. Olivian harrastuksiin kuuluu.
And then to Olivia Lisko, I thought she had a wonderful short program, and understandably perhaps a little bit frustrated that the scores for her short program performance weren't higher.
Olivia's hobbies, reading.
But she brought a real sense of joy and appreciation for the moment yesterday in the short program, being able to perform in front of a home crowd in her first Grand Prix. Let's hope that the much more demanding free skate doesn't prevent her from being in the moment and enjoying the chance to perform in front of a home crowd again today.
Janna on 17-vuotias ja hän harjoittelee Espoossa.
You see, Janna Jyrkinen,
Janna on lukiolainen ja hänen harrastuksiinsa kuuluu
she was the
tanssiminen sekä balletti.
national champion in Finland 2 years
Janna
ago.
is 17 years old and is practicing in Espoo.
Whilst all three Finnish women find themselves in this bottom group at the Grand Prix,
Hobbies are dancing and ballet.
and essentially their participation here is largely based upon host nation opportunity to enter skaters. They do all absolutely justify their position here, and they do make a statement for a very closely fought battle to become Finnish national champion this season. As we see
Lindsay on 18-vuotias lukiolainen.
Lindsay
Hänen
Thorngren
valmentajansa Julia Lautovaa
on screen.
kilpaili aikanaan olympialaisissa edustaen Itävaltaa. Lindsay is 18 years old, high school.
A truly beautiful skater, Lindsay.
Julia Lautovaa competed.
Just that lutz. The lutz was the problem for Lindsay Thorngren in this short program. And
Lindsay Thorngren, the United States.
we hope that
of America.
it will cooperate now as she heads back round, taking a different, just working through, trying to find space perhaps just to tackle the triple lutz again.
Lorine on 19-vuotias lukiolainen.
As we see, Lorine Schild, it's her second Grand Prix assignment. Grand Prix de France in Angers in front of her home crowd wasn't the optimal debut on the Grand Prix series for Lorine this year that she was hoping for. She dreamt about finishing within the top 6 at both of her Grand Prix assignments this year. She's just outside the top 6 after yesterday's performance, but she's less than half a point behind Mai Mihara in 6th place, so she will be hoping with the performance in the free skate today to move up the rankings, as they all are, as we see an intensely speculating group of female coaches ringside. Look at the calm energy given from Susanna Harara to her student Nella Pelkonen, who will be the first to skate.
Skaters, you have 1 minute remaining.
And so this final moment of warm-up, always such a daunting few seconds. The skaters will presumably have worked through all of the jumping passes that they need to, and now many of the skaters will acknowledge that this is the most nerve-wracking point in the day. All of them will have performed in an official, or skated at least in an official practice earlier today, returned to the hotel to try to rest and conserve their energy before returning to the rink, and now the final moments and seconds before they compete. Seems like a never-ending waiting game. Good for Lindsay Thorngren to get out a triple lutz in the warm-up. Hopefully that will fuel her confidence as she gets ready to leave the ice. And interesting to see her using all of the 6-minute warm-up to work on the jumps. coach
First
Susanna,
skate
encouraging
from Finland, Nella Pelkonen.
the 19-year-old Nella Pelkonen. She was 6th last year at the Finnish Grand Prix in Espoo. Injuries have derailed her progress since then. She skates to Tourner dans la Ville by Indira. Triple toe, double axel to start Nella's program. Followed up with triple salchow Euler double flip.
Qui peut bien me dire ce qui est arrivé? Depuis qu'il est parti, je n'ai pu me relever. Ce n'est plus qu'un souvenir, une larme du passé, coincée dans mes yeux, qui ne veut plus s'en aller. Oh non, n'oublie pas, vous qui me connaissez.
It's the point in the program where the lactic acid build-up in the legs really challenges the skater to keep the jumping passes flowing. She has a wonderful double axel. Finland's Nella Pelkonen opens the women's free skate at the Finlandia Trophy 2024. And the smile on her face is a lot to show for in regards to the difficulties she's had since the World Championships in Montreal. Endlessly injured since that event. Didn't train almost all of the summer. And yet has managed, inspired by the chance again to compete at a home Grand Prix, to deliver a very respectable performance, particularly based upon the complete lack of preparation time that she's had. Stress fractures in both legs. Susanna, the coach that she moved to last summer, greets her. And even that hug gives you an indication of what they've gone through to ready her in preparation for this event, as we see the opening triple toe. And you can see the drawback on the landing of that first jump, showcasing the good quality technique that she has. This Euler was a little bit of a disguised step out into the double flip after the triple salto. And what's much appreciated in Nella is the cleanliness of the rotation on the landings. We'll see later skaters who are more predisposed to landing with some rotation done on the ice. So look at the indisputably rotated triple flip, but potentially over-rotated at least with the body to cause that step out. And again, fatigue setting in, or perhaps a lack of sharpness to kick out and punch those landings. This Ina Bauer acknowledging the musicality was a highlight of the program. And now Nella will have to wait to see how that competes against the other Finnish women. Obviously 3 of the strongest Finnish women competing here, but they will go up against one another again in just under a month's time. The Finnish National Championships taking place in Rauma between the 13th and 15th of December. So this a little bit of a precursor for what's to come for Finnish women.
From Finland has earned in the free skating
103.08. Very equal in both her tech score and her component score.
Thank you.
And a place from which she can build from as the season progresses. Svetlana Varnavskaya hugs her student Nina Petrokina.
Nina Petrokina.
And Nina will skate to music from the Dune soundtrack, the most popular choice this season. Solid double axel triple toe for Nina. She has wonderful height and length in the jumping passes. That was triple loop after the triple loops. Big value combination Triple Lutz Euler, triple salto. What a release of emotions for Nina Petrokina after that excellent skate for the Estonian. And just 11 months ago, this was the skater who broke her leg and was ruled out of nationals and European championships. And that put a big spanner in the works for a skater who had been scaling the world ranking. She was top 10 in the world in Saitama, Japan 2023. Obviously that leg fracture on top of the other previous ill health that she'd had. So frustrating. And you sense that the tears that she gave out at the end of that performance, just a relief that she's continuing to go back to the standard that she was at. No. So the first of the combinations, double axel, triple toe. You can see the energy in her arm movement at the early stage of the program. Big extension on the landing of the triple lutz. And at this stage in the competition, as we see that transitional content, you assume that there are skaters that are not really in contention for medals, but Nina's certainly somebody who would have been hoping to be considered for a medal, especially in this event with the withdrawal of Isabel Levito and Luna Hendricks. She's had a bronze medal herself at Skate America last year. And with the results as close as they were after the short program, who knows what will happen, but certainly Nina has done all she can and represented herself really well. And just that release of emotion at the end, such an indication of how much this means to the athlete. So, kiss and cry. I thought the smile was back, but the tears look like they're returning on the face of Nina Petrokina.
The scores, please. Nina Petrokina from Estonia has earned in the free skate.
So it's 124.9, which makes the tears flow even more. Congratulations to Nina and her coach, Svetlana, and choreographer Mark Pillay. And well done to all the team behind her for helping her to get back on track when others, after breaking their leg, would call it the end of the day. Oh, the coaches now can't hold back the tears either.
On the ice, representing Finland, Olivia Lisko.
And now to the second of the three Finnish women, Olivia Lisko. This is her first ever Grand Prix experience, and she grabbed it with both hands in the short program, delivering a clean skate. Very calm and collected triple toe double axel sequence. That was better. More complete rotation on the landing of the triple flip. Attentive musicality and storytelling for Olivia Lisko. Just needs to keep pushing the flow and the glide across the ice for the skating skills. She unravels on the intended triple salchow. Finland's Olivia Lisko just reconsidering what just took place. Really enjoyed seeing this Grand Prix debut from the 18-year-old from Espoo. The tango, a stark contrast to the short program that she delivered yesterday, and equally invested in the connection to the music. This skater benefiting from the hometown or home nation opportunity to include more local skaters, and Olivia certainly looks competitive and holds her own here, but this experience alongside some of the strongest skaters in the world will hopefully ignite her desire to keep pushing the skating skills and keep pushing the grades of execution as she heads towards Varpihartana. A few too many popped jumping passes, and of the triples, as we look, this triple toe that had full rotation and good flow on the landing, as too did this double axel. So there, the right foot landing, fully rotated. Question over the loop landing. So a little bit of the rotation there done on the ice, and so consequently, the value of the element is reduced, as is the case for that triple lutz double toe. Something that we'll reference readily here. That the doubles, of course, that will be of lower value. But I think that triple flip, that from the judging panel has gone in with a quarter rotation short. So when the technical panel assessed that as being a quarter rotation short, that just has an impact on the grade of execution. So on that element, she loses just over a point based on the quality. And that's where the likes of Kaori Sakamoto, the world champion, absolutely excels. And that's something that Olivia will be inspired to see. And now knowing that she is a Grand Prix participant alongside the likes of such stars as Hana Yoshida, yet to skate. So for Olivia, it's unrealistic to consider her going above Nina Petrokina, the Estonian who was so brilliant one skater ago, but she'll be really keen to know how she'll compare with Nella Pelkonen.
The scores, please.
She needs 100.55 to stay above the former Finnish champion Nella Pelkonen, or
Olivia
the reigning
Lisko from
Finnish
Finland
champion.
has earned in the free skating 98.99 points.
So it's
Her total
98.99.
153.67 points.
And she
putting her currently in the third place.
Goes into third place, not far behind, again confirming what a good event the Finnish National Championships will be, with one more Finnish woman yet to skate.
Next skater is from Finland, Janna Jyrkinen.
So we've seen the reigning Finnish champion now. This is the Finnish champion from the 2022-2023 season, Janna Jyrkinen. Said that she started to enjoy her skating again and get her jumps back. Skating to Wake of Death, Maria and Royal Rendant. Janna opens with triplets and double axel sequence. That easily the best jump of the program so far. Triple loop. Just spinning in the clockwise direction, but difficult entry with the double 3 turns into that first part of the change foot combo spin. Janna Jyrkinen, the final Finnish woman competing at the Finlandia Trophy 2024. A mixed bag of success within that performance, and 4 of the 12 elements currently under review by the technical panel. But you sense from the 17-year-old that she's just happy to be here again. We've seen her go progressing from the junior ranks into seniors and then go through that really tough period of time as the skater makes that transition, where last season she did a couple of Grand Prix events in the seniors and was bottom of the pile. Now back this season, new coach, sensing, as I said before she started the performance, to be enjoying her skating again. And that surely will be what will fuel her continuation. It's not an easy sport. The demands to compete at this level, the physicality of it, the sacrifice of life to do it, has to be enjoyable enough to continue justifying it, and wonderful to know after the short program that that's the place Janna is at. As we see the opening triple lutz, which has a Q mark on it that has that quarter rotation short. And again, eagle-eyed viewers will just see the landing of the right leg as to what is done on the ice, not in the air. That triple loop, no question mark about the rotation there. And I just reference these rotation issues because they have such a big impact on the skater's score. And sometimes the skaters might find themselves in the kiss and cry, disbelieving what the input from the technical panel is. But they get that feedback after the event, as we see the second triple loop, which didn't have the same success rate that the first did, and that has that percentage of value because of the lack of rotation. Where Janna will be able to showcase improvement season upon season will be those program component scores as she tries to inject more maturity in the performance. And that, a skater in the kiss and cry who looks significantly happier as she shapes hearts than we've seen from her in the past, and that's brilliant to see. So whilst I reference the Finnish National Championships in a month's time, Janna Jyrkinen, I think, seeing beyond what happens this season as she continues to return her love for the sport. So it may be third on the free skate, but the lead that she had above Nella Pelkonen and Olivia Lisko after the short program ensures that she is the leading Finnish woman, which is perhaps why Elisa Dry, former Finnish champion, gives an emphatic pat in the back to her student.
On the ice, representing the United States of America, Lindsay
And now
Thorngren.
to Lindsay Thorngren. She looked frustrated and a little disconcerted after the short program. It wasn't the optimal skate, but she's so elegant. And her long program is about the joy of all movement on the ice. Better triple lutz than we saw in warm-up. She adds the triple toe, which will be reviewed by the technical panel.
Mind
could never define all that you are to me. So move me, baby, shake like the bough of a willow tree. You do it naturally. Move me, baby. You are the right of movement. It's reasoning made lucid and cool. I know it's no improvement. When you move, I move. You less balloon and leaping, or Fred Astaire in sequence, honey.
Such awareness of the lyric, the Fred Astaire within the step sequence.
When you move, I can recall something that's gone from me. When you move, honey, I'm putting off something so flawed and free. So move me, baby, shake like the bough of a willow tree. You do it naturally. Move me, baby. So move me, baby, like you've nothing left to prove, but nothing to lose. Move me, baby.
Double axel, triple toe, double toe.
Move like gray skies, move like a bird of paradise, move like an outside, come out at night.
Lindsay just skates with such cleanliness, always extended through the free leg, always open posture.
Shake like the bough of a willow tree. You do it naturally. Move me, baby.
Bailing out on the final jump, the double axel. Oh, amazing back layback. So difficult to do. Well, the X on the top left-hand corner of the screen just indicating that popped axle. Otherwise, a really clean skate for Lindsay Thorngren in terms of delivering what she can. I have so much
Lindsay
appreciation
Thorngren.
for that cleanliness of movement that she has. Such a beautiful neckline, elegant posture. As I mentioned, her toes are almost always extended and pointed, so aesthetically it's beautiful movement across the ice. I'm kind of reluctant to delve into the rotation issues, but I've talked about it with other skaters, and that really is the biggest challenge for Lindsay Thorngren in staying competitive as to how many of those jumping passes are deemed fully rotated. Currently, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are under review by the technical panel. Let's have a look at this. The triple lutz, which I think falls short a little, and the triple toe might even be a downgrade, and that's the challenge for Lindsay. She's beautiful. I mean, look at the neckline. It's just beautiful movement. The difficulty of the exit leading into that closed mohawk or bracket, the turn after it. But that right foot just does not want to touch the ice backwards enough. And she has so much to offer. This program by Sandra Bezic, the great Sandra Bezic, and David Wilson, you know, what amazing contributors to her quality. But look again. Maybe a little bit more lenient on that triple toe, and it must be very hard for perhaps a non-skating pundit to be able to recognise that whilst Lindsay rotated the majority of her jumps, landed the majority of them, that she's not going to get a score that will be quite reflective of the beauty and aspects like this catch foot back layback, so difficult. The final upright variation that we're being treated to seeing again now is immense, as is that stunning finish position. So she has certainly a future career as a very, very successful performing skater. Just hope that by US Nationals in January, all of those jumping passes in the free skate will be fully rotated, because then she has absolutely the goods to be competitive with some of America's strongest.
The scores, please.
Interestingly, Coach Julia Lautova here supporting Lindsay whilst her daughter competes back in the States at Easterns.
Lindsay Thorngren from the United States of America has earned in the free skating 113.27 points.
So it's a 113.27 for Lindsay Thorngren.
70.64 points, which brings her currently in the second place.
And we wish her
Thank you.
all the very best for the rest of the season as she slots into second place, whilst Nina Petrokina continues to advance up the standings.
Next to skate represents France, Lorine Schild.
And now to France's Lorine Schild. This free skate to Quiet Moon and the Lion Woman is a story of a warrior fighting to save the earth. Triple H, triple toe. Lorine has one more triple loop planned. She fell on this at the Grand Prix de France in Angers, hoping for a clean triple loop. And And she gets it in combo with the double toe. Unique movement in that lunge within the choreo sequence. 2 recognized skating movements need to be showcased to the panel. Normally, very composed Lorine Schild, showcasing delight at that skate. She struggled through the French Grand Prix. If ever she was going to want to skate cleanly, it would have been in front of the home crowd. But she has had redemption with that skate. And what was really evident to me in that performance was not just the fact that she managed to fully rotate so many of the jumping passes, but that she kept speed and ice coverage through the latter stages of the program. That a real testament to the stamina that she has, which will allow the judges to stay favorable in the skating skills. When the fatigue sets in and the speed diminishes, the judges are forced to drop that skating skills component score. When you've had the same coach for 15 years, you don't have to share words. Here's the opening triple lutz. Triple toe, and that cat-like tendency that she has to manage to find the landings. Very evident there. Better with the triple flip. Second of the lutzes. Glorious back outside edge on takeoff. Just a little sketchily early on the landing as Malika reacts to it. And as I say, she does the first of the triple loops. This is the second triple loop which she fell on at the end of a tough skate in Angers 2 weeks ago. Not the case today. Here it is. And great to see that unique movement choice. Choreo sequence, a mandatory element for all of the skaters in which they have to showcase 2 skating movements. And really fun to see Lorine creating something a little bit different to that of the others. So conventional that we would see an Ina bar and a spiral. And Lorine being a little bit more unique in that movement choice for that element. And consequently, she has an extra point added in that creative execution for the choreo sequence. So season's best is 1:16, personal best 1:20, and now that has been changed. 123.14 for Lorine Schild.
182.36 points, which brings her currently in the first place.
Coach Malika staying very calm when I'm sure inside she's bursting with pride for her student as she takes the new lead. So Nina Petrokina's advancement up in the standings has been stopped now by Lorine Schild, the French woman who scores 182.36 to lead the first 6 competitors as we await the entry to the ice of the next 6 women.
Skaters in this group are from Japan, Mai Mihara.
Opening the group, Japan's Mai Mihara.
Ahsun Yun.
Followed by Ahsun Yun.
Japan, Rino Matsuike.
And then to Rino Matsuike.
States of America, Sarah Everhardt.
And then to 18-year-old Sarah Everhardt.
Lara Naki Gutmann.
The surprise silver placed finisher after the short program, Lara Naki Gutmann. And then to
Skaters,
Hana
you
Yoshida.
have 6 minutes for your warm-up.
So the warm-up is underway. And there, 5 of the 6 women separated by just over 4 points. And whilst it has been the men's event that has been less predictable, we did assume that this event could have another Japanese shot out of the podium. Not to be the case so far after the short program. Mai Mihara with some work to do if she can climb up onto the podium. She has been there so many times before, winner of Grand Prix in the past, but so many injuries she has endured.
Mai Mihara, Japan.
We really hope that she can have a clean skate. As we look to the much less experienced Ahsun Yun from Korea, she started the women's short program yesterday, the first skater based on world ranking, and she absolutely set the standard for the event. And really her performance paved the way for a much more successful women's short program than the men's event, for which we thank her. And hopefully she can double up with a clean free skate performance as well. Rino Matsuike, I'm just so warmed in my heart by the story about the skater who'd struggled so much. She was ascending the Japanese skating rankings convincingly, and then sprained her right ankle in 2021 and dropped way down the standings nationally, and worked tirelessly but kept failing to show that in competition. And then the Skate Canada short program in 10th place really upset her, but that note from her mum, "Love yourself, Rino," paved the way for that glorious skate in Halifax. As we look ahead to Sarah Everhardt,
Sarah had her birthday on Tuesday and she turned 18 years
as
old. Congratulations.
confirmed by the announcer in the Helsinki Ice Hall, celebrated her 18th birthday on the 12th of this month, just a few days ago.
Everhardt, the United States of America.
What a way to celebrate by successfully representing the United States of America.
Lara täytti viime viikolla.
Well, I won't worry too much because Lara Naki Gutmann, although she's popping out of a jump there, she struggled with the warm-up yesterday and yet went on to deliver the best short program skate that she's had in international competition ever. So hopefully she will be able to replicate and double up too with the free skate of a new PB.
Lara Naki Gutmann, Italy.
And earlier today in the men's event, we saw 2 of the medalists in that competition repeating as medalists from last week to this. Lara Naki Gutmann competed last week. Hana Yoshida, she competed in Halifax at Skate Canada when she was in 3rd place there.
Hana is 19 years old university student.
And Hana currently 13th in the Grand Prix standings based on those 11 points she achieved in Halifax. If she takes a win today, she'll have 26 points and move into 3rd place on the Grand Prix standings, likely solidifying a place at the final. Have to wait and see if Hana will use the triple axel that she's performed before, or indeed whether or not she will be tactical and trying to stay safe to take the title. You can see Lara just being measured in her use of this 6-minute warm-up. She did acknowledge after the short program that she is suffering from jet lag, which is completely understandable, having traveled from Tokyo. And for Lara Naki Gutmann, the skater in second place after the short program, she did not know she would be on the ice in this competition until she was traveling to Tokyo. So any consideration of
Skaters,
peaking for events, blown out of the water by a late call-up to compete here, benefited her in the short program, and maybe she can have that kind of attitude of, well, I've nothing to lose because I didn't know I'd be at this event. Although I have to assume that finding yourself in second place reframes the mental brain space heading into the long program. So Kaori Sakamoto leading the standings just above Wakaba Higuchi and Amber Glenn, the top 3 in the standings at present. What wonderful representatives of women's ice skating they are. As we see Hana stepping up into a double axel that was hoping to be a triple.
Skaters, your warm-up has ended. Please leave the ice.
Oh, Hana just managing, beyond the announcer's signalling of the end of the warm-up, to squeeze in a triple axel and a little bow to the audience in the Helsinki Ice Hall.
Next to skate from Japan,
Well,
Mai Mihara.
Mai Mihara, such a charming skater. To just see her walking through the takeoffs, as delightful as she seems to be as a human, and as a skater, she knows she needs technical success. She skates to Red Violin. Triple that she didn't have in the short program. And a triple flip that eluded her yesterday too. just looking slow in this program, not helping those component scores. But manages a second triple lutz. The ever charming, ever popular Mai Mihara from Japan.
Mai Mihara.
And her goal, she has said this season, is to make the Japanese world team for the World Championships in Boston next March. Such a challenge. So many skating nations would welcome her with open arms to represent them, but the field in Japan so strong. Indeed, 10 of the 12 medals on this year's Senior Grand Prix Series have gone to Japanese women. Thus, the contest to make the 3 spots available for Worlds so deeply fought. And Mai just not quite at the competitive place that we've seen her at before. And she's acknowledged and been vocal to Japanese press about the precipice she has between training more to forge those improvements versus training more to re-injure herself. And so that's a mindful debate she's constantly working on. As we see triple lutz and then triple toes. I think at least an under rotation on that triple toe, but she will be glad to have done triple because it was just a triple rather than the triple double from the short program. You can see little open with her left side, thus forced to step out of that jump. So we see the double axels. And again, just not able to sustain the landing position, just letting the free leg drop a little early. And it's these tiny, finite details which will impact the grades of execution. Ideally wanting to extend that landing position, maintain it and sustain it for a fraction longer to allow the judges that positive feature to boost the grade of execution. And 5 of the elements in Mai's program coming in with a negative grade of execution currently, and it's these tiny details like sustained landings that have an impact upon it. But Mai Mihara has been there before. She's been top 5 in the world. She's been twice a 4 continents champion. She knows what is necessary for success as she continues to be mindful of her body to return to that form.
Has earned in the free skating 115.18 points.
115.18.
Her total competition score is 107.
And Mai Mihara drops a couple of places, currently in 3rd.
Currently in the 3rd place. Thank you.
But ever grateful and nice to see the smile upon her face.
On the ice, representing the Republic of Korea, Ahsun Yun.
And now to Ahsun Yun from Korea, the first to skate yesterday in the women's short program. Managed that impressive 5th place position. She will skate to the familiar sound of Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov. Very impressive. Triple lutz, triple toe from Ahsun. And that the kind of sustained running edge on the landing of the triple loop that will push the judges to be more favourable in the grade of execution. Same with the Salchow, and you can see all of these jumps in the top left-hand corner getting a boost in the GOE score. First mistake, popping the second triple lutz. Recovers well with the triple flip, double toe, double loop. Well, Ahsun Yun has just taken the tech score lead, 67 points to Lorine Schild, 66. So she has delivered. I'm not sure if she's frustrated because of the pop on the second intended triple lutz, but otherwise, a really impressive Grand Prix outing from the 17-year-old from Korea. And in comparison to some of the jumping passes that we've seen from others, she undoubtedly has better quality. Some of the Korean juniors struggling with rotation, but Ahsun Yun, as a Korean senior, giving lofty jumps with good flow and good running edges on the out. Skating skills, impressive too. Skating skills characterized by the judges by the speed, the flow and the glide, which was impressive. Not the presentation commitment that we'll see from some of those that have more experience as seniors. As we look back at the opening triple hitch, triple toe. You can see time in the air and sustained in the landing. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing landing position that we've seen, but the edge that she commits to withholding is what the judges need to see when they regard the GOE as she clings on to that triple flip landing before stepping up into double axel. And Ahsun had acknowledged that she has worked hard a lot on her mental state. We have to acknowledge the incredible pressure the skaters are under and how the nerves can so adversely impact upon performance. Sometimes I see online trolls attacking the skaters when they struggle to skate cleanly, but I dare say I can't see anybody that has actually competed at this level underestimating the pressure that they're all under and being thus much more respectful and mindful of whatever the skaters deliver under the pressure of an event like this. And how nice it is just that on this occasion, Ahsun Yun has delivered what she's capable of.
From the Republic of Korea has earned in the free skating
124
points. Her total
0.52.
is 187.68 points, which brings
And
her
thus,
firmly in the first
Ahsun
place.
Yun will be at least
Thank you.
5th in Finlandia Trophy 2024. Well,
Next
the
skater is
composition
from
and
Japan.
consideration of this free skate for Rino Matsuike from Japan is quite sublime. Choreographer Lorine Schild just been to St. Peter's Basilica in Rome and stood in front of the Dove of the Holy Spirit stained glass. And Christopher Tin's music came to mind as she gazed at that, and that's the perfect soundtrack for this elegant skater with the most masterful blade control. Solid start for Rino. She ticks off the jumping passes. We have to appreciate the depth of edge that Rino has, particularly the forward outside edges, which are so well controlled, as is that inside edge spiral. and just popping the final jump to double salto. But here, look at the flow and the effortless glide, that right outside edge is to die for. Just amazing. Well, Rino Matsuike from Japan has done it again.
Rino Matsuike.
Just spellbinding at Skate Canada, and the same here. A piece of music that her choreographer, Lorine Schild, wanted to showcase her flow. And Rino Matsuike just literally floats across the ice. When the judges come to input their skating skills component, their criteria regarding the skater's glide is the ability of the blade to glide on the ice without friction. And Rino has just that. Another criterion explanation for the judges is the diversity in the use of edges. I don't think that Rino has diverse edges. She just has all brilliant edges. They are so deep and committed as we see some of the jumping passes. Change of edge there on the triple lutz takeoff. That not the optimal jump technique, not disastrous. But to me, it is the skating skills which she possesses, which are her absolute best attribute. Actually, looks like it's a little change of edge there on the flip as well. So, see how the technical panel reviewed that. Maybe cleaner there on the takeoff of the second triple lutz in combination with the double toe. And just that one mistake on the last jump, the triple salto, which we see here, just pops into a double. But otherwise, just such a treat to see a young 20-year-old so appreciative of the run of the blade. And also so wonderful to have seen it recognized and appreciated by skating fans. So she won the free skate in Skate Canada, and she moved up from 10th place after the short program there to take the silver medal. So with that, she comes into contention for the Grand Prix final.
The scores, please.
So her
Rino Matsuike from Japan
season's best is 139. It's a 134.38. There's a time violation, so we'll have to get some feedback as to what that's for. Perhaps too late to take to her start position, but she leads the field comfortably, just under the 200-point marker.
On the ice, representing the United States of America, Sarah Everhardt.
And now to Sarah Everhardt. Stark contrast to the Irish short program that she skated to yesterday. Now Stravinsky's Firebird. big triples to open the program. Such a brilliant fight to save the landing of the triple flip. Just so consistent. Triplets, double toe, double loop. Sarah Everhardt has done it again. Just 2 weeks ago, Grand Prix de France clean skate. Again, slight step out here of the final triple, the triple salchow, but otherwise an amazing display of consistency from the 18-year-old in her first senior Grand Prix season. Just so impressive in her ability to commit confidently, and some of the landings looked a little tight, looked a little bit uncomfortable, but the utter conviction to checking out and securing the landing from Sarah was a real stellar example of grit. As Tatiana Malinina greets her off the ice. And I've heard her reference some of her favourite skaters as Ashley Wagner, former American world medalist, and I think Gracie Gold, perhaps part of the inspiration behind this choice of music, former American champion having used the Firebird. And will now Sarah having been inspired by those former American skaters, step up now to be one of the front-running American women. As we look back at some of the jumps, just have a look at the edge of takeoff and some of the flips and looses, but the triple loop, easy and effortless. She has to contend with some big names in American women's sport, with the likes of Alyssa Liu, former world medalist, and Brady Tennell vying for contention for that world team in Boston. Both of those skaters achieved a total of 190 points at the NHK Trophy last week. How will this compare? Ooh, that's the little mistakey. And from this consistency, Sarah can work upon refining the line that she makes across the ice, just polishing the posture, which is very good in her finished position, but perhaps that can be honed and clarified and cleaned up a little bit through the performance, paying attention to that turn out of free foot and point of toe as she and Tatiana shape hearts in the kiss and cry.
The scores, please. Sarah Everhardt from
So
the
Rino
United States of
Matsuike
America has
leads.
earned in the free skating 124.89 points.
Sarah
Her
takes a
total
124.89.
121.7.
She has a higher score than the two American women last week. That's important
Thank you.
as she advances towards American nationals, but Rino Matsuike prevents the likelihood of a medal, but we still have two skaters left to compete.
Next to skate represents Italy, Lara Naki Gutmann.
As we look to Lara Naki Gutmann, the surprise second place finisher after the short program yesterday. She didn't know she would be competing here just over a week ago. Now she's vying to take a Grand Prix medal in Finland. Big and impressively delivered combo. Triplets, Euler, triple salchow. Followed up with a lovely triple toe double axel sequence. Fabulous back outside edge entry into the double axel. Lara Naki Gutmann from Italy, just showcasing the talent that many have known that she has, but so interesting that she's delivering her best ever skating at an event that she didn't know she would be at an event that did not factor into her plans for the season. And so what does that say about the mental preparation for the athlete? Is it indeed that she has nothing to lose? But I assume that because she'd done so brilliantly yesterday that the pressure perhaps might have paved the way for mistakes that we have been more accustomed to seeing from her. But instead, the pressure has created a diamond in some of the jumping passes of this performance. Here, a look at the big combo of triple lutz. Euler keeps the flow into the triple salchow. Nice turned out free foot. This just a little tight here, but just a double three turn, so that a lesser reduction of an error had she touched the foot down. The edge going into this double axel on the left back outside edge before, it was so deep with the body movement on top. So it just really amazes me how she has come out here and utterly risen to the occasion. And now, is she making a statement towards her home Olympics in Milano Cortina? Maybe the triple loop a little short there. And you can see the influence of the ballerina that she works with, Prisca Picano from Milan. And some of the beautiful movement there. Look at the hand, the fingertip mindfulness as she finishes the program. So, Lara Naki Gutmann surprised many, including myself, with the second place short program. We've only seen Japanese skaters or American women on the podium so far on this Grand Prix series in 2024. Is an Italian going to be on the podium? She would need 132 to stay above Rino Matsuike. That will be challenging, but 131.43 is a personal best, so a personal best short program, a personal best free skate for Lara Naki Gutmann, and a very, very coach and student upon realizing that she has a senior Grand Prix medal. I think Coach Gabriele has some tears in his eyes, ready to flood when they're off camera.
On the ice, representing Japan, Hana Yoshida.
A wonderful smile on the face of Hana Yoshida. We saw the triple axel in the, not just the closing seconds of the warm-up, after the warm-up had just been called to an end. This choreography by Laurie Nickel is discussing the importance of looking into oneself, asking questions and welcoming growth instead of fearing it.
Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le SOS.
The only skater in the event planning a triple axel. Recovering with triple flip. The triple loop was tight in the short program, and I think under-rotated today as well.
Qui m'attire vers le haut. J'ai pas envie d'être en haut, mais trop boulot dodo. Je crois capter des ondes venues de notre monde.
Well, congratulations to Hana Yoshida for being able to compartmentalize that triple axel, leave the mistake in the first jump behind her, and continue through the performance, appearing to relax with every jumping pass. She's changed the planned program content a little bit, swapping some of the final two jumping passes since she competed at Skate Canada to ensure more success. And I have to applaud her for continuing to be a skater pursuing the triple axel, even though she probably knew that she didn't need that to take the title. She won the Cup of China last year, wants another Grand Prix title. But you have to assume she and her team mindful not just of the title win here, but how her scores compare her with the rest of the world. And will she now join compatriots Kaori Sakamoto and Wakaba Higuchi as Japanese female winners of the Grand Prix this season, alongside America's Amber Glenn? And our coach there just suggesting perhaps she'd over-rotated her body there as they immediately analysed the one mistake. There it is. And you see the eyes of determination as she gets up from that fall. And here the combo double axel, triple toe. And the second jump as high as the first, which is or will be reflected in the G-weight. Here the triple loop, which I think was under-rotated, and maybe the mistake in the short program still playing in our mind for that element. There, the difficult blade feature new this season. She's such a conscientious athlete, such a good teammate. She speaks fluent English and often helps her teammates and journalists who don't speak Japanese to understand each other. She's also learnt French in university, and this music that she performs through the SOS d'un terrien en détresse. She's learned the translation of that to better interpret the performance. I don't think this showcased her skating skills at its fastest. So for me, Rino Matsuike's component score is still quite a considerable amount stronger on this occasion.
The scores, please.
Didn't have a huge lead. Hana had a less than a point lead above Lara Naki Gutmann,
Hana Yoshida from
but 3 points above Rino Matsuike as she eagerly waits to find out. Oh, 131.59. Second on the on the free skate, but she does as predicted. Joins Wakaba Higuchi and Kaori Sakamoto from Japan as winners of a Grand Prix event on the 2024 series.
Hyvä yleisö, älkää kadotko minnekään, sillä otetaan tähän naisten kilpailuvoittajan haastattelu heti perään.
Interestingly, on this event, no woman surpassing the 200-point marker. I think that the only event of, no, actually that was the same in Skate America when Wakaba Higuchi won with a 196.93. So, as predicted, perhaps not the strongest of women's event. The late withdrawal of Luna Hendricks and Isabel Levito, testament to that. But nevertheless, that doesn't belittle any of the success achieved by the skater about to be interviewed, Japan's Hana Yoshida.
Congratulations, Hana. It was exciting, amazing, beautiful competition. Let's start with sports cliché. What is your feeling right now? How do you feel?
I'm really happy that I got to win a gold medal, but I wanted to land the triple axel, so I think I could do better, but I'm happy because I didn't give up until the last second.
Perfect. Thank you. What kind of expectations you had for your skating today? What did you expect?
I wanted to skate clean, but I also wanted to just enjoy this competition and this atmosphere. So I really enjoyed it, and I think I was able to perform strong. Thank you to the audience.
Perfect. And we definitely enjoyed your skating. And the last question for you, Hana. Your performance was great. Is there something you think you should execute better in your next competition?
Of course, the jumps, but I think I can be much more into the story, so I want to work on the emotions more.
Perfect. Thank you, Hana. Hana Yoshida, Japan.
Thank you.
The winner at the Finlandia Trophy 2024, Hana Yoshida, showing what a great ambassador she is.
No niin, arvon yleisö. Seuraavaksi
And now Hana Yoshida, with the win here, takes 15 points with the title to add to the 11 that she achieved with her bronze medal at Skate Canada. And now she rockets up the ISU Grand Prix figure skating standings into third place behind Wakaba Higuchi and Kaori Sakamoto. As we see the delight for Lara Naki Gutmann. She may have dropped one spot from the short program performance yesterday to the bronze medal, but that will have been a surprise to her, I'm sure, as she has delivered the best skates of her career in both the short program and the free skate. And now she will forever be considered as a different contender in the future following her successes in Helsinki this weekend. And then to Rino Matsuike. She was wonderful in Skate Canada, didn't have as much work to do at this event, having had a more successful short program. And her command of the blade, inspiring so many around the globe who appreciate what she's delivered in winning the free skate and taking another silver medal And now, I think that takes her to 4th place in the standings, just behind this woman, the winner, Hana Yoshida. A mistake on the triple axel, the big focus for the Japanese skater immediately after the performance when interviewed in the kiss and cry. She's already, as the Japanese skaters so often do, conscious of what needs to be done to improve. But now Japanese nationals will not be her next event. She will be competing most likely at the Grand Prix final in Grenoble, all being well. So congratulations to all of the women competing today. Shortly we will be treated to seeing them receive their medals at the Finlandia Trophy. So as we look at the organising committee, who have so efficiently and quickly prepared the rostrum for the medalists in both the men's and the women's event, confirmation that Japanese skating remains one of, if not the world's strongest at present on the international stage, with Yuma Kagiyama winning the men's event and Hana Yoshida winning the women's event. But great to see that now Italy represented in the women's event on the rostrum. And it'll be exciting to see how Lara Naki Gutmann reacts to being able to stand alongside the two Japanese women who shared the podium with her today. Next week at the Cup of China, the final stop on the Grand Prix, there will be a real battle royale again amongst some of the Japanese women, with Rion Sumiyoshi, Rinka Watanabe and Mona Chiba all competing against each other. But now the International Skating Union fanfare signals the start of the victory ceremony. It will be the medals awarded to those that have just completed their competitive pursuits, the women in advance of the men.
ISU Grand Prix Finlandia Trophy Helsinki 2024, palkintojen jako naiset. ISU Grand Prix Finlandia Trophy Helsinki 2024, victory ceremony, women. Kolmas sija ja pronssimitalisti, third and winner of the bronze medal, Italiasta from Italy, Lara Naki Gutmann.
Lara Naki Gutmann. Just, I can't get over the fact that she didn't know she was competing here until just over a week ago. Now she has delivered the performances of her life at the Finlandia Trophy. And indeed, she was less than a point of taking the title.
Toinen sija ja hopeamitalisti, second and winner of the silver medal, Japanista from Japan, Rino Matsuike.
And then to Rino Matsuike, the winner today in the free skate. She was fourth in the short program and takes the silver again. But she, in this incredibly closely contested event, was just over a quarter of a point, 0.26 off taking the overall title in the most closely contested of all the 5 Grand Prix thus competed so far. She embraces Lara Naki Gutmann and steps up the silver medal position.
Ensimmäinen sija ja kultamitalisti, first and winner of the gold medal, Japanista from Japan, Hana Yoshida.
Hana Yoshida takes her second Grand Prix title after the Cup of China 2023. She had all the pressure and responsibility of being the final competitor, but still attempted the difficult triple axel. And although that not successful, the fractional lead that she had above Lara Naki Gutmann after the short program was enough to ensure she climbs up now to the top spot. In a buoyant jump up on a podium that looks a little bit more comfortable to step up to than some of the others that we see.
Representative Patricia St. Peter. Hän jakaa mitalit. She will award the medals.
And now Patricia St. Peter awarding the medals, the International Skating Union representative here to congratulate the most successful skaters in Helsinki. And the International Skating Union currently has events underway across the globe. The Challenger Series continues. Short track and speed skating events still underway, as too are synchronized skating competitions as we enter the halfway point of the season. Just amazing in how these events across the globe are set up.
Please welcome
such efficiency.
Figure Skating Association.
And that gratitude for that efficiency has to be extended towards the Finnish Figure Skating Association. Here the president coming to award the flowers. And whilst the Finnish Grand Prix has most recently been held in the city of Espoo, this occasion taking place at the Helsinki Ice Hall has been really well received by skaters, coaches and officials. And what a wonderfully open and honest smile from the winner, Hana Yoshida.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the national anthem of the winner. Hyvä yleisö, tässä ovat mitalistimme. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your medalists.
And they're great to see all of the medalists so satisfied with their position, especially when the event was so close. Each of the top three women is separated by less than a point. But that said, had you mentioned the final placement to each of the women on the podium now, I'm sure they would have been quite happy to accept that result. Great to see quality from different nations, different representatives. And we'll get to see them skate again in the gala. Oh, sorry, actually, no, we won't see them in the gala. There's not gala at this event, but we will get to see them compete again at the final as Hana and Rino likely securing their spots. Lara Naki Gutmann, she will go on to compete at the Italian National Championships before most likely going on to compete at the European Championships, which will take place in Budapest, and then the Worlds in Boston. which will be a big signal as to what might happen at the most prestigious of all, the Olympic Games in 2026. And this all stepping stones for these athletes and their long-term athlete development plans to being successful Olympians. Perhaps not many knew to think of getting an Italian flag for Lara Naki Gutmann. As the tallest skater has the smallest flag, but I don't think that could dull the excitement of her result here. She should grab one of those bigger flags. And I'm sure I can speak on behalf of the skaters in thanking the audience at the Helsinki Ice Hall for their support. And you can see just from the flags there in support of the skaters, what wonderful fans that there are who have traveled the globe to support their favorite athletes. Nice to see the high fives being given to the flower girls and boys and the fans ringside. And as the women take their final photos, we excitedly await the return of the men's medalists. And that too, like the women's event, a closely contested competition, less than a point separated the silver and bronze medalists in the men's competition. And indeed, as continues to be a recurring theme in all events in the men's field, placements and ordinals from short program to free skate, vastly different. With Daniel Grassler moving from 6th place after the short program to take the winning free skate and thus the bronze medal. Kevin Amos moving up one spot from yesterday's bronze medal position to silver, and Yuma Kageyama managing to take the title despite a 5th place free skate. And you can see there Hana and Rino celebrating that continuation of Japanese skating success in the women's field.
The victory ceremony for women's competition is concluded, and we shall continue very soon for the men's category ceremony.
So a little correction to the location for the European Championships. The European Championships this season in early 2025 will take place in Tallinn, Estonia. So that's where we'll see, I suspect, Lara Naki Gutmann competing at the championship events. She'll be now going into that event with the expectation of a possible medal. She's twice been in the top 10 at Europeans. Will she now be considered a medal contender? I'm sure that much more likely following the bronze medal she's achieved in Helsinki this weekend. So as the women clear the ice, the men have had to return. Perhaps someone left the arena following the men's event a couple of hours or so ago. The fortunate few on top of the podium requested to return to achieve their medals and receive the extra points on the Grand Prix series. And good to see many of the audience remaining to support the success of the skaters that have achieved that. And I'm sure they will be staying tuned to watch the ice dance rhythm dance as we look forward to seeing the first sight of ice dancers at the Finlandia Trophy 2024. It will be an exciting event given the results that have been happening on the first 4 stops of the Grand Prix this year, with the ice dance competition showcasing some surprise results. Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson taking the lead over Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, but practice reports suggest that Lila Fear incurred a bad fall, a bit of an injury in practice yesterday. So hopefully she will be fit enough and well enough to compete as they go up against Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier, the winners at Skate Canada and the reigning world silver medalists.
Grand Prix Finlandia Trophy Helsinki 2024 palkintojen jako miehet. ISU Grand Prix Finlandia Trophy Helsinki 2024 Victory Ceremony men. Kolmas sija ja pronssimitalisti, third and winner of the bronze medal, Italiasta from Italy, Daniel Grassel.
Daniel Grassel, second last week at the NHK Trophy, and takes the bronze medal here. And he will be exhausted, I'm sure, after a very busy 2 weeks of competition.
Toinen sija ja hopeamitalisti.
Exhausted but happy with his success achieved.
Ranskasta from France, Kevin Emos.
And now to another skater who will be very, very happy with what has happened here. Just the most exciting reaction always in the kiss and cry following a good skate for Kevin Emos from France. Just a master performer, an artist on the ice.
Ensimmäinen sija ja kultamitalisti, first and winner of the gold medal, Japanista from Japan, Yuma Kagiyama.
And the title goes in successive Grand Prix assignments to Yuma Kagiyama. He now moves into second place on the Grand Prix standings for this season, just behind Ilya Malin. That tie in points with both of those skaters taking the title at both of their Grand Prix events. The tie broken by points scored. And thus Yuma goes underneath Ilya Malinin, the world champion.
Toivotetaan tervetulleeksi kansainvälisen luisteluliiton edustaja. Please welcome
the results
the ISU representative
on the podium now as we
Peter.
see the return of the ISU representative Patricia St. Peter. The results of this event with Yuma leading
She will award the medals.
and Kevin and Daniel. Now those three skaters going to second, third and fourth on the standings. So depending on what happens in the Cup of China next week, we can expect to see these three skaters competing again in Grenoble in France, and that will be particularly poignant and pertinent for the skater receiving the medal now. Kevin Amos the rink in Grenoble, one of his first training locations.
Toivotetaan tervetulleeksi Suomen taitoluisteluliiton puheenjohtaja. Please welcome the president of the Finnish Figure Skating Association, Jouko Pitkänen.
And as the president of the Finnish Figure Skating Association extends his congratulations to the skaters. Just consider what is going to take place at the Grand Prix final. Yuma Kagiyama competed at the Grand Prix final last year in Beijing, and he was third there. Sense that Ilya Malin and Yuma Kagiyama are comfortably removing themselves and separating themselves from the rest of the pack. However, we'll see how Adam Sialhim fares next week. He's the only other winner of a Grand Prix so far this year. He'll compete in his second assignment next week in China, and perhaps 3 more weeks of training for the skater who was injured in the off-season will put him back in touching distance of scores from Yuma.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the national anthem of the winner. Hyvä yleisö, tässä ovat mitalistimme. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your medalists.
And there, the medalists, Yuma Kagiyama, Kevin Amos, and Daniel Grassel. And all 3 of these skaters now have a 3-week gap before the Grand Prix final. More big travel lined up for Yuma Kagiyama. Tokyo last week. Helsinki now. Presumably back to his training base in Japan before then returning to Europe for the final in France. Actually, not long after that, it will be the Japanese National Championships, which is probably as important to so many as any event. The Japanese National Championships taking place in Kadoma between the 19th and 23rd of December. You assume Yuma Kagiyama will, at that event, take his first senior title since the retirement of former world champion Shoma Uno. He will have to face Kao Miura, Shun Sato, and perhaps an eagerly fighting Kazuki Tomono and Sota Yamamoto, both of whom competed for Japan today, just falling short of making the podium. So the lap of honor complete, and chance for Daniel, Kevin and Yuma to have some press shots with their respective flags proudly draped across their shoulders. Oh, I think the press wanted to make sure that Kevin gets rid of the flowers. I'm sure the other skaters globally will be tuning in to see what has taken place in Helsinki. Ilya Malinen, who leads the field, he's currently at the Extreme Ice World Premiere. Not an event for electrifying stunts and jaw-dropping performances, of which Ilya and Adam have been showcasing more of, with the legalization now of the backflip. The current crop of world's elite male skaters pushing boundaries, trying to bring even more excitement to our already incredibly difficult and complex sport. Indeed, Kevin Amo is also showcasing some acrobatic aerial feats within the context of his own choreography. Well, we thank you for joining us for the medal ceremony, and we urge you to stay tuned to enjoy the start of the ice dance competition with the rhythm dance coming up next.